Good evening, Rebels. We're here at Illuminate Adelaide with a bit of a guerrilla projection action. So you can see our projection here. We're projecting onto the Adelaide Botanic High School, and we're right in front, I'll pan over in a minute, but we're right in front of the premier event at Illuminate Adelaide, which is light cycles at the Adelaide Botanic Gardens. And we're here to highlight the dirty relationship that Santos has with the Botanic Gardens. They're a partner. They've been a partner since 2009, and in that partnership, they've given a bunch of money to the gardens, and they have the naming rights on that big white building in the middle of the gardens, which you might know as the Museum of Economic Botany. Now I'm going to sort of pan over to show what we've got. So we've got a little bit of a projector here. Got a few people dressed up in high vis, and we've got a massive line of people that are waiting to go into the light cycles event. So while they wait, we're giving them something to look at and just a bit of background in our slides about the dirty relationship, a partnership I should say, between Santos and the Botanic Gardens. I think a lot of South Australians would be surprised that, the Botanic Gardens that, who have a mission for conservation and for sustainability, actually have a partnership with a fossil fuel company, a company that's not really acting with those same principles in mind. Now, of course, we're here on beautiful Kaurna country. Pay respects to elders past and present, and acknowledge that the sovereignty of this land was never ceded. We are on stolen land, beneath our feet, beneath the concrete. It always was and it always will be Aboriginal land. So yeah, we've just got a few of us here, pretty light team, in front of light cycles. I might just come over and have a bit of a chat. Simple setup, so we've just got a projector, a battery, an inverter, and we're just using that to project up here. This is something that anyone can kind of do, and so far we've been here about an hour or so. There's been no interactions with security. They've just kind of let us go, had people come up, record some of the slides and say thank you for being here, which is kind of great. All right, might come over. This might be a familiar face to Rebels. Hey Ian, I might flip this around and come around here. All right.
No worries.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
And what's the kind of response been today?
Look, as Chris has probably showed you, there's somewhere between 100 and 200 people every 15 minutes going past this spot. Everybody's reading these projections. They're all reading the messages. A lot of them are photographing, they're videoing. There's a really good mood, and this message is getting through to people. And it's all about this toxic relationship between Santos and the Botanic Gardens. I recently wrote to the Botanic Gardens board and pointed out to them the irony of them being set up to conserve biodiversity, to look after plants that are under threat from around the world, at the same time as they're accepting money from Santos, who knowingly are destroying biodiversity. And I wrote to the board and suggested that they drop their Santos sponsorship of $2 million a year. And they responded and said that what they're doing with that money they think is good, and they have no intention of stopping taking that money. So we feel the need to come out and stage little protests like this, and we will keep protesting against Santos.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that this money, which, you could say some of that money is sort of stolen because this is a company that's not paying tax or much tax at all.
Exactly right. That's right.
So it's sort of, stolen like the resources, without permission from the traditional owners of the land. It's not great.
And the Botanic Gardens are actually part of the state government. So this is state land. And we should not be taking money from fossil fuel companies when the gardens should be run by the state government, and they should be properly funded by the state government.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ian.
No worries. See you, everyone.
All right. And I'll just jump back just to show you the slides. Oh, I think we've just run out of battery. All right. Well, that's probably it for tonight. So just wrap up. I think the one of the points to make here is that by giving money to sort of social causes or, to things like the Botanic Gardens, Santos aims to create a social consent for their destructive oil and gas projects. Right, that consent is then used to justify, ruining our future, taking our resources and taking the future away from future generations. Oh, I think we might be finished. So this is our first run. I think we're all done. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you on the streets.